May the Most High Creator will bless us. I love each and every one of you all. I don't want to get misunderstood. Please don't get me wrong. A lot of people I don't think a lot of people understand that I'm not a part of any religion, right? Therefore, I'll never disrespect anyone's religion or their religious views or not religious views, okay? Whether you believe in God or the Most High or Source or nothing at all, it's nothing to do with me. There are some of you who watch my videos that there's a longing to understand what's going on, and they sense truth, and they sense a spirituality and a depth that they understand, we connect, and it's deeper than, regardless of what the differences that we may have spiritually, mentally and physically. It's beyond that. It's something that we can't explain. Therefore, you rock with me, okay? And I appreciate that a lot, and I love you all. Because I understand some of you are religious and do have religious beliefs and stuff like that. That is all to the good. Alright? I'm an ancient being. So I'm here to tell you now, today, that each and every man of every nation have defiled another, have corrupted on this earth. Every religion faced corruption and, all type of wicked stuff. That's man's nature in general, since we've been corrupted. We have a bigger enemy. And if we really understood this, that goes far beyond humanity. The light understands. See, people don't really believe that I've been visited, and I still get visited by the light and have these supernatural experiences that go on, and then when I report it, people think like, yeah, he's just spiritual and stuff. Nah, this brother right here really have been visited by the Most High and the Order of the Light. Okay, so when I explain stuff, it's not to barter or to go back and forth with someone about their views. I'm certain, okay, from what I've went through in the spirit world, all right, that I have been chosen. That's why I report this. This is not easy. A lot of people who have doubts about spirituality and my views in particularly, and views of this type of thing in nature, they look at it and they think like, oh, he's crazy and whatever. That's why a lot of people that I know in real life don't even know I have a spiritual side to me, or a channel that I have about this spirituality and the depth of the rabbit hole. Only people that I love, truly love, and know in real life knows that I have a channel. And I pray that they truly understand the message that I get across, because it's about the light. All this stuff about the reptilians and the aliens and stuff involved, whether it's through Source or the dark side. All these aliens and stuff, these so-called aliens and stuff, they've been here. Like they said, they were here. So the New World Order are the different factions, the reptilians and all these different factions coming together and taking over. So the humans in the end will be duped. They will be fooled. The human government will think that they will have a piece of what's going on. They will be backstabbed. Or now they call it backdoored. They don't understand that. They think that I've been there to see these things. I wish people would wake up and see that I'm dead serious. I try to put things together in a way where you see I'm not just on something superstitious, but something much more. I'm trying to link the actual what's going on with this invisible spiritual warfare that's going on. That's, if you really knew that this is all you would do, is be a spiritual vigilante. You'll be a spiritual warrior going to battle with this, exposing it, making sure people wake up and listen to it every day. Like I said, the light took me out my body before, right? And it tested me. It was a test before it took me out of a situation where it was like I could have been greedy and stuff like that. People were looking at me to save them, and I chose to die with them. If I had a choice to save a few but not all, then I chose that we all die together. Because I can't have no one losing their life on my conscience. And that selflessness, not selfish, but selflessness, right? I was chosen by the light once again. It's in the heart. I don't care about what the name of how your religion calls that deity, the Most High Creator of all. I know. You can say you don't believe that, it's just you or whatever. I don't care. Either way it go, I know for a fact. Just like how I woke up today and I'm looking at a phone and I'm talking and I know it's going to hit the web, as sure as I know the difference between dreams, visions, and supernatural events. So every time the light comes to get me, it's always a supernatural event. I'm not sleeping. I'm not laying down. I'm wide awake. Things happen supernaturally. I don't take crazy pills or anything like that. You understand? So, like I said, I have no quarrel with any religion. Whatever you believe in is through the heart. Like I said, every time there's a life-threatening situation where you're about to lose your life, some people, the light comes. If it's meant for them to be here, it's a reason. And then they tell what happens, they experience, like, the light came to save me in a way where it was like, oh my God. And there's people that talk about these things, but we don't search these things because we don't, it never happened to you or I, so you just don't go there, or you don't believe in people and stuff like that. So people miss the boat. We have to learn to start investigating one another's claims and seeing the true heart within. Try a spirit by the spirit, as they say. Because I don't do this for fun. If the people that I know in real life realized that I'd make these videos, they would shun me. I already get it in real life. When I talk too spiritually deep, you could see it. People start changing. It's like, I don't want to hear nothing deep today or something. And it's like, you don't want to hear nothing deep today. That's to show you, like they said, the very people you're trying to fucking save don't want to be saved. They rather be in ignorance. The very prison that we ourselves build, we don't even know it's a prison no more. We don't even care if it is. As long as we have our entertainment and our paychecks at the end of the week and whatever, then we're satisfied. That's why it says my people perish for lack of knowledge. It's always been like that. So the people who's in spiritual depth, we suffer because the rest of the people want to be slaves. Like I said, there are people in real life who watch my videos that knows me in real life. The girl I talk about with the witchcraft, her name is Jackie. I ain't gonna say her last name. I kind of remember it, but I'm not gonna expose the last name either. But people who watch my videos, there's some who knows this girl named Jackie I'm talking about, and is surprised that we even had this encounter. And yes, she went through this stuff, and the demons did attack me in real life, and they came after me after I dealt with her. Alright, different ones. After certain ones realize that they can't get to you, then they send higher ones. Demons work like the mob, so I'm trying to put people on game. This is happening all around us. It's not just people you're dealing with. They possess people and all. They have an array of vast amount of spiritual powers and manipulation through the low vibrations that we deal with every day. This is the low vibrational world that they have us under. So the low vibrational demons, they run through us every day. I could show you videos upon videos. There's a video of a protest going on, and the shadow demon, there's this entity, a shadow entity, flying back and forth through the crowds and you can see the people actually verbally starting to, and physically getting into it and stuff like that. It's manipulation through the energies, I'm trying to tell y'all. So the demons was coming after me and stuff, and that's what unlocked me, because it was a point in time where I was getting attacked, and the shadows of death, there are many of them. These are races of these beings, all right? But one in particularly, the one that was coming after me, he was huge, this big old floaty type of shadow of death with the hood entity, and it was like, it moved like a shark beast, long claws, like they show you how it looked. Like, go back to my old videos, I showed you how they look. Imagine that thing coming after you. DMX got a video of that coming after him, and he ran into a church and tried to pray. Why? Because he sold his soul to that entity, the shadows of death. And him and Mary J. Blige, they had a video of it chasing him, and he had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It was everywhere, because it wanted its contract. He had to fulfill his end. I made a video about DMX days before he died, and guess what happened? They blocked it. And I showed one of my boys who still watch my videos, one of my spiritual veterans on here, the video, so he know I ain't lying. I showed him the video. And you know why they blocked it? Because they know he was going to die a few days later. It's all fraternal. This fraternal order is tied in with this alien and spirituality thing. It's all light against the dark, the forces of light against forces of darkness. People are getting kidnapped on a regular. That's why I'm here spitting this. Because while you out thinking it's a jolly, beautiful world, it's things going on that would just make you fall and just wish you never even existed in this world. Like one of my subscribers that I consider a friend, he just showed me a picture of missing peoples on Walmart and explaining how they really get down even further. And I don't know if he felt it in my spirit that I was like he hit me with some bricks. You know what I mean? And it was like, this is going on, and who controls it? Like the military and all this different stuff. And he showed me the pictures of children missing from the Walmart. You know, Walmart, all Walmarts got that, and how it's really run and it's orchestrated through the Walmarts and I was like, oh shit. And part of me already know, but it's like when somebody elaborate, it just fuck you up even more. But he pulled me up. He like, nah, you know, like, you made for this, man. You can't fold to it. And I just had to, that's why I love you spiritual warriors, man. We pull each other up, because this thing is hearkening. I don't come on here to be popular off this, because people look at you and think you crazy, conspiracy theorist, all this, but I could never be the same since I've been through these different encounters. So when the shadow of death came after me, that's when something came out of me, and I felt like I was going to throw up. Every time your soul is leaving your body, if you're alive and you know it, you would know it, and it don't feel good. It feel like you would literally die, like one of those sicknesses, like a food poisoning sick. It was pulling out, but it had so much power over me that it kept me from looking at it. When it came out of my body fully, it gave me a scroll. It gave me 2 scrolls made out of ivory, right? And words and gold started appearing. It was like a word, like in a language that I couldn't understand, right? And it started appearing on the 2 scrolls. This is when the shadow of death was like coming out, like coming up to me to take my soul, right? And it was different. This is from that girl Jackie, and different people that was trapped in there were begging to come out, and they knew my name, because you remember in the spiritual realm, they're not bound by the 3D world of, you know, length, you know, time, and, you know, mass and different things. You know, they don't need to, they can walk through walls and do different things and all that stuff. They can read, they can see the future and past, present, they can read your thoughts, like it's allowed and stuff like that. So they're calling me by my name, telling me it's hot in here, it burns, don't end up like me. You know what I mean? The same thing from the other demon when I slept with this girl Jackie, and it popped up in front of me and attacked me, you know. So my soul came out, and it was two beings came out. It was one ancient one. He gave me the scroll, and he kept my body. It was so holy that it kept my body from looking at him, from turning my head and staring at him, because he came out and he was on my left side. But he didn't have control over the peripheral of the movements of my eyes. So I looked to the side and I'm looking at the beam, and he's standing to the side, right? Tall. He has eyes of white flame, and the flames are just like coming out in a beautiful manner, like it eternally burns, right? This is real life I'm talking. Eternally burns. He have on a crown, a golden helmet, right? Like a golden war helmet. Like, you know how the ancient pharaohs and the ancient kings used to go to war with their people, like their soldiers. The king used to lead the charge and all that, not by pressing buttons and sitting back and watching you like now, the coward days. Back then it was much better, you know what I mean? You had a real king, you had a real pharaoh, you had a real sultan, whatever. So he had a helmet, and it was like a war helmet. You could see the face, but the side was like he was bald, and eyes of white flame, and he had like a beard, right? And the color of his skin, he looked like he could have been like my complexion, like brown skin, but his skin complexion was like metallic, like the Silver Surfer, right? And he gave me these two scrolls, man, and it was made of ivory, and the words in a different language that looked like ancient hieroglyphs or whatever started coming on the scrolls, because I was like, why you give me two scrolls that I can't open and read some? Because the shadow of death was walking up to me slowly, and you could see like he was enjoying himself, like you know how a lion play with its meal before he kills it? That's exactly what the fuck this shit was doing to me. It was like walking up on me, like dashing, coming closer, right? And I was like, this thing finna take my soul. But something came out of me, like it felt like, you can't have me. I was like, I was created to be here forever. I was made to explore and do all these things. You can never have my soul. So when I said that, I felt like an eruption in my stomach, like Marau woken, like nah, and it came out in this being form, this tall angelic being that was so beastly. He was so tall and physically fit, like a LeBron James kind of fit type of warrior, and with the helmet on, and he had golden bracelets on both arms and feet. Ancient looking being, like he looked like he'd been through millions of battles, like warrior, eyes of white flame. That's the most fiercest being I ever seen. Like nothing could beat him, and he just looked at, and he was looking at me like, no. He had my hands, because I tried to control my hands, and he had my hands and he popped them open. He was so strong that he squeezed my wrist. My wrist still hurts today because of that spiritual encounter. It's never the same. He popped my wrist and made my arms open up to hold those ivory, two ivory, scrolls, and they turned into blades. And when the golden word stopped writing, it turned into blades, two spiritual magenta blades, right? And it had sound to it. It was so beautiful. And the sound came out, it was like a high vibrational, like a quiet, like a whole choir, angelic choir, singing on both blades. And when it came out, the shadow of death that was coming up to me, he said, and dashed forward, like back away from me in the spirit, like dashing in an incredible supernatural thing. And I chased it, and it was going into the light, the source. That wasn't even the Most High. The Most High was outside of that. Like, it was a whole gang that came for me. That's what I'm trying to tell people. It told me to rush this thing into me, and I'll take care of it. Run, chase it into me. And that's when I chased it into it, and it got evaporated, broke like glass, like it shattered going into it, because when it came up to me and it said, I was like, these, when the blades came out and it started humming, I looked and I was like, these are for you. And I smiled, and it said, and dashed, and I chased it, right? I chased the shit out of it, ran straight to the light, and the light shattered it like glass. And I was running so fast that I ran into the light, chasing this thing. I wanted to kill this demon so bad. that I was thirsty, and I chased him, and I ran into the light like I can't stop. I'm moving so fast, supernaturally, I couldn't stop, and I ran into the light, and I felt like a big old warm, cushy pillow that it felt like I was meant to be with it. Like I fully engulfed in it, and I hugged the light, and it squeezed me, man. It was like all around me and in my hand at the same time. It was like a big old pillow of universal love. I was like, I'll never let you go. And I got up like this. Never again will I doubt the light. Alright? And it took me out my body when I was in the shower, and like I told everybody already, you know what I mean, that it talked to me. But I believe when it visits me and stuff like that, that time I had the choice to leave. But it sensed the guilt within me. Like I felt guilty of things that I did in my life now and stuff like that. So it told me like I wasn't ready, and it brought me back into the shower, and I was in the shower standing up, and then it brought me back through this mist. And this lady who had she died for 30 minutes at the hospital, and they're trying to revive her, and she spoke about this gray mist that she came back through when they brought her back through, and she was with the Most High, the light. That's why I keep trying to tell people the light doesn't care about what religion you belong in and stuff. Man always had petty wars over many different things. It's sort of like we're family. When you're in a house, and it's like it's easy to see the pettiness from the outside looking in, but when you're inside the house, it's like you see the arguing as this, it's the main thing, and everybody just quarreling with each other over these things. And when you realize, like, when someone with wisdom is watching from the outside, like the Most High, he's looking like it's all petty. I love all of y'all. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, they all arguing. It's so petty. And it kind of give you a little like, oh, that's so cute. That's how the Creator looking at us. These things are so insignificant. They're like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, my religion. Jesus here. Buddha here. Allah here. Asa here. I'm different things here, over here. I don't even believe in God. It's not even about that. It's about these certain alignment of principles. There's a lot of people who get killed, and they're good or bad. What really matters, and there are a lot of people who get saved from the light that's not even a part of any religion. And there are a lot of people who get sacrificed, and they are a part of different religions. Do you know why? It's not because of that, because those are just flesh worldly things. Even religion is worldly. There's been many wars fought over control over religion, because I wish people would listen to what I say in my videos. These Freemasons are at the head of these different religions. The religions control the government. The religions control your countries and different things. So the more people that they quote unquote are saving, that's going all to their power and all this stuff. You don't really know that everything is going in. It's fraternal. Even the religions you claim, it's not about that. When you die, it's not a section for this religion or this religion. It's the heart. People don't understand the depth. Some people don't understand the depth of how far this thing goes. It's beyond what you claiming. These are all gangs. It's the morality and it's the order that brings light. Just like how you raise a child, like a child in the wild, an animal that cares and protects and nurtures its child, right? These are things that's here to nature. What the fuck? We will always be arguing and fighting each other as human beings when we have these other beings ruling us. Why? Because we're always fighting over philosophical views, religious views, of many different views. That's all. When you turn on that news, all you see is different factions of people fighting, different social ideas, and it get me sick, man. That's why we understand when you unplug from the matrix, all of this shit is not real. We make problems up because we fail. We don't know what's what. And it's all about living, loving, right, and expanding. We make it hard.